Well, you've made it to the end of the course. Congratulations. This will complete the first leg of your journey towards coach training. If you're looking for accreditation, you'll have to continue working through the requirements for accreditation, and we'll connect you with a member of our coach mentor support team if that's something that you would like to do. And they will help walk with you through the journey of accreditation. For those of you who aren't pursuing accreditation, this is the end of your journey. I hope that you have enjoyed the training that you've been given, and you can return to it as many times as you need to just get a refresher. Of course, you have the books as well, and I hope that it's a blessing to you and a blessing to the people that you serve in ministry or in your place of work or wherever you're using these skills. If you are going to connect with the Forward Foundation, we look forward to having that conversation with you. We can definitely, everybody, whether you're going through accreditation or not, will have access to our private Facebook page, so your course instructor will give you information about that. If you are going through for accreditation, your course instructor can give you information on your next steps towards accreditation with the Association for Coaching and how the Forward Foundation can support you in that. You know, I started this journey really quite a while ago. I mean, the original seeds of it are in 2001 when I first started working in Christian ministry, really. And I hadn't in fact, started working in Christian ministry before I even was a Christian. Thankfully, the person who discipled me believed in the belong before you believe strategy of discipleship, and he would teach me something in the mornings, and then I would teach it in the afternoon, and he would answer any questions that I had, and he did that so patiently and in a way that wasn't pushy. It didn't repel me. He was reasonable. I respected him, and he just walked with me. He just walked alongside me and answered my questions, and wasn't annoyed by me. And he took the time to spend with me when maybe other people wouldn't have done that. And it wound up making a big difference in my life and has led me to this point today. And then as I was working in ministry, I kept noticing that it's not the group teaching sessions that seem to lead to life change for the people that I'm working with. It's the individual one-on-one sessions where there's confidentiality and there's some privacy and there's space and time for people to ask questions and for you to get to know someone on a deep level, not just the surface, but to build trust and to build rapport. And that I noticed that right away when I was working in an outreach here in East Austin, where the kids and the families that we were working with, they didn't want to always talk about things that were bothering them in front of others. They needed that safety and privacy to be able to do that and to form a connection with you. And then later, when I was doing counseling ministry within the church, I would see my clients on a Sunday, and to look at them in church, you wouldn't know that anything was wrong. You wouldn't know that they were struggling with anything or that their family was struggling with anything. They just, it's not that they were being deceptive, but they were just, it's not the place to open up about the things that are really troubling you on a Sunday morning when you're sitting there and you're listening to the message and you're taking notes and you're worshiping, and that's great, and that's what that time is for. But I often notice that the things that they were really struggling with weren't even addressed. Of course, you can't, as a pastor, you can't address everything for everyone all the time. But I just would notice the distance between whatever was being preached on and where the people actually were. Because they came to me during the week, and we got into the details of their life in a safe, confidential setting. And I think that's where I saw discipleship really taking place, where people really grew spiritually, personally, And I think this is true whether this is a business coaching setting or a life coaching setting, whether you're doing this as a ministry or in a secular workplace or some other secular context. Real growth requires vulnerability. And to be vulnerable, there needs to be trust, there needs to be rapport, there needs to be the core conditions, and there needs to be somebody who's non-judgmental and who is willing to invest the time. And it's one person, and you're probably meeting for several hours. 10 to 12 sessions is a pretty normal amount of sessions to do with someone. So, think about it. That's 10 to 12 hours of time with one person. But the impact can change a life. It can change the trajectory of someone's life. It can change their family's life. It can change their business. It can really make a huge impact on the world. And so I just want to say thank you for taking the time to go through this material, to practice it, to be intentional about finding people who need you. And believe me, there are so many people who need exactly you. The life experiences that you have, the professional experiences that you've had. Maybe you're at an age and stage where going back to grad school just doesn't seem like the thing that you're being called to do, but you have so much to give, so much to offer. And coaching is just a perfect vehicle for that. It gives you the right amount of training, the right amount of practice, the right amount of structure, the right amount of ethical guardrails, and allows you to take all your other life learnings, your spiritual experiences, everything else about you, and just bring that to bear in service for the clients that are out there waiting for you. And so I hope that this has been valuable. The Forward Foundation looks forward to walking alongside you as you continue to grow and develop and serve. And I'm honored and privileged to play a role in your life, in your own growth and development. I hope that you've gotten not only skills out of this, but also that you've learned something personally, that you've taken your own next steps in growth, and that will continue. That's the great thing about this type of work, is that as you work with others, you learn so much about yourself. It's just a constant reminder of the places where you're doing well, the places where you could still grow a bit, change a bit, heal a bit sometimes. And it's a wonderful vocation. And so I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. I look forward to being on the path with you, and we will see you in the future around the Forward Foundation, I hope. And if not, may God bless you in all that you do in His service through this ministry. Take care.